The surest way to get fat is to eat fat. That's because a gram of fat is worth 9 calories, while a gram of carbohydrate or protein is only 4 calories. That's less than half. Out of, say, 100 calories of fat, only 3% of them are used up in converting dietary fat to body fat. So if you eat 100 fat calories, you can store 97 of those calories on your body. But out of 100 calories of carbohydrate, 27% are required in the conversion to body fat. So out of every 100 carbohydrate calories you eat, you can store only 73. That's a big difference. Look at it this way. We got your donut, we got your bagel. Both made from wheat, both got a hole in the middle, both about 300 calories. The donut has 18 grams of fat, making it 54% fat calories. To get that much fat from a bagel, you'd have to eat 9 bagels. Bagels have twice the folic acid, 3 times the fiber, 4 times the iron of a donut. Which would you choose? The correct answer is bagel. Let's do aerobics. We're going to warm you up with step touches. Here's what they look like. Now listen, I've got a little shot of incentive for pregnant women out there like Terry.
Goals.
A goal? No, it's just encouragement. It's just incentive. Char Owen here was pregnant 2 years ago and was quite a bit heavier. She looked like she does in the full blue outfit. And many of us had not known her pre-pregnant. And so after that second baby, she got lean again and looks like the dancing figure on the left of your screen. And we said, my goodness, woman, we didn't know you were ever that lean. And all you did was go back to good eating. Well, I guess you never left your good eating habits, but you really went back to vigorous exercise.
Not vigorous, once you have
regular?
a couple of children. Yeah, regular. And I must say, be patient. It doesn't happen overnight. Take your time.
Let's do grapevines in 4, 3, 2, grapevine out. Come on home. Stay and do step touches. We got 4, 3. Well, you look mighty good, girl. We love those pretty legs. 4, 3, grapevine out. And we just didn't know you had those gorgeous legs. We didn't know they were in there.
Thank you.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Stay here. Now grapevine once and do 2 step touches. Stay here, touch, and touch. Grapevine.
I'm coming.
Oops. Did we lose you?
Yep.
Come on, the
Here I
train's
am.
going
Here I
this
am.
way. Now it's going that way.
All aboard. Yep.
All right. I want to make a little change. I'll do it on the step touches. You do what you know. It's squat, squat, and tap, squat, squat. Step together, step, tap, squat, squat. Got it?
Yep.
Yeah. Hup, hup.
First
Good.
try this time.
All right. Can I make just one more little change? Have a look-see. Squat, lift, and squat, lift. It comes after the second one. And lift. That's it. And squat, lift. And squat, lift. Last 2. Last 1. You're going to hold these lifts. Squat, lift, squat, lift. You got 4, 3, 2. Put it on the floor. Whew. We need to do just a little wake-up call stretch. So you're going to hold the last one of these. I'm counting you out. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Right there. Turn. Oh, hello, gastrocnemius. Was that a warm-up?
It was a warm-up. Definitely.
And try your hip flexors. Just alert them that we're going to be needing them. Now, Terry, you know the guidelines for exercise in pregnancy say be sensitive to maternal symptoms.
Yes.
So when you get tired, you just say, hey, I'm going to march this out, or I'm not going to jump so hard, or I'm not going to work so hard. You just make it feel right for you.
Okay.
Now this leg comes behind, and that's the gastroc on that leg. This is not intense stretch. This is just a preparatory warning. Now we're moving to these hip flexors. If you'll pelvic tilt and lower just a little bit. And lastly, a hello salute to the other hamstring set. You ready to work? Okay, let's look for a new beat. All right, we want to resume that grapevine. Let's step touch. We're gonna do 1 grapevine and 2 step touches in 4, 3, 2, here we go. Grapevine, step touch. Okay. Can I change it? Step touches again. You do what you know. Out, out. Try it with me. Inside leg. It comes from your tapping leg. There and there. That's it. Hup. Okay. Now options. Here's your change. Take your pick. Terry's taking the squat.
Oh, she feels okay. She had granola.
Okay, good. No one that knows better than you.
That's what happens when you eat granola.
Out. Watch these hands. Forward.
Okay.
Forward. Okay. Last squat. Go back to 2 step touches. That's our home base. Now, the grapevine is going to change. Dip, dip, step touch. Dip, dip, step touch. Your option, dip, dip. You got to be pretty quick with your feet there. Woo! Dip, dip. It's low impact, not necessarily low intensity. Dip, dip. Dip, dip, good. Dip, dip. Last time. And give me that grapevine. Grapevines, 2 step touches. Listen, it's step together, step touch. 2 step touches, step together, step touch. Now watch my touch. Knee, 2 step touches. Step together, step, knee, step, touch, step, touch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4. Got it? You bet. Okay. You know, those knees start coming up, and so does the intensity. Oh, I want more knees. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Knee, knee, knee. Step, knee, step, knee, step, knee. Step together, step, knee, step, knee, step, knee. Last 2. Last 1. Hold these knees. Hold them. Got those knees? Let's do a pattern. Let's do single, single, double. Single, single, 2 knees. Single, single. That's it. Boy, Terry, for a woman in her 5th month of pregnancy, you've got stamina, girl. Watch the double. Knee, kick, single, single, knee, kick, single, single, knee, kick, single. 49 more.
Oh, not that much stamina.
2 more. And kick. Hold single knees. 4 of these. 4, 3, 4 curls. 4 knees. Yep. And curl. You know, all the calories from food that you eat and don't use up in support of life function and activities will be stored on your body, most likely as fat. Bad news. Last set. Hold the curls. 4 4 step touches. 4, 3, back to 4 curls. And 4 step touches. So, to lose body fat, you've got to get into calorie deficit. You've got to expend more calories than you take in. Here are the curls. Here are the touches. Hold these curls. Now, we're going to make that into a skate. Put it down. Step touch. Watch. Hands. Gatan Boucher. Dan Jensen. They got nothing on us. Keep it going. We'll see you back.
The common question I hear is, how do I get rid of the fat on my thighs or belly or hips? No matter where you store your excess fat, to lose it, you must expend more calories than you take in. So reduce your caloric intake by eating less fat and simple sugar. To increase your caloric output, do regular aerobic exercise like walking or step aerobics, and weight train to build more muscle. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn all day long, even at rest. Jean-Pierre Dupré is a blood fat specialist at Laval University. He says fat just under the skin is only a beauty concern. It's excess fat deep in the abdomen, under the muscle, between the internal organs that's a threat to life. Measure the circumference of the smallest part of your waist and the widest part of your buttocks. Divide your waist by your hip measurement. If the ratio is 0.8 or above for women, 9.5 or above for men, you need to reduce your fat. If a high heart rate during exercise is good for you, why is a high heart rate at rest bad? Well, regular high heart rate exercise, aerobic exercise, strengthens the heart and makes the body more efficient at delivering oxygen through the blood to the rest of the body. Indeed, one of the long-term effects of regular aerobic exercise is a lower resting heart rate, and that benefit far outweighs any risk of a temporary increase in heart rate during exercise. Metabolism is the body's process of breaking down and converting food to usable energy to power life functions like respiration. Resting metabolism is the minimum energy required to sustain life at rest. The higher your resting metabolism, the easier it is to stay lean. So, how do you increase your resting metabolism? Pump iron to make muscle. The more muscle you have, the higher your resting metabolism rate.
Now we put a pattern to it. It'll be single, single, double. Here we go. Single, single, double. Oh, single, single, double. Single, single, double. Single, single. 2 more. Single, single, double. Last time. Single, single. Just give me a march. Woo! All right. We're recovering here. Little recovery. How about making this 1, 2, 3 tap? 1, 2, 3 tap. Yes? Got it. Okay. Forward twice. Back it up. That's it. So, if you like what your body fat is right now, if it's good and healthy, it fits all your clothes, it fits your lifestyle, all you lucky folks have to do is maintain. Expend the same number of calories you take in, and you'll stay just like you are. All right, we're going to add on. We need to add on. Next time when we come to the front, alternating side touches. Right after this tap, right here. 4, 3, and take it back. We're going to add on at the back. Step back real slow, like this. Forward, here we come at you. And here come those side touches. 4, 3, and back. And now, if you need to gain body fat,
That one's easy. Most of us know exactly how to do that.
problem there.
You just have to eat more than you expend. No problem. And back, slow. That's the rhythm change. Alternate. Yep. Okay. Are you recovered? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Back. Here we go. Watch this change. And 4, 3, 2, back.
Oh, I might pass on that.
I think you should hold those alternating side touches.
Feels good.
Char, here we go. Ready, flash. There, and there, and there, and there. Back. Woo.
Well, you look
We
good.
call that the flasher. The flasher. Got that overcoat? Here we go. Open, 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 open. 1, 2, 3, tap. Takes you back slow. Good, here we come at you. Ready, flasher. 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Whew. Hard work. And here we come again. We're getting tired. You hear that heavy breathing in the back? Woo!
Thought that was from the flasher.
How about we do this a couple more times? And 1, 2, 3, tap again. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. You got one more chance at that. And then we'll call her quits. We'll go on with our exercise. I just mean this pattern. Woo! And here you go. Hold it right here. Back. Back. Move to your favorite spot on the carpet. Now, we're going to double these 2 legs. Back again. Switch legs. Back and switch. I'm going to show you an option. You can take it or leave it. It's hard. You're going to go back, knee, back, home. Back,
You got
knee,
lots of tricks in your
back,
bag.
home. This one is cardiovascular. It's a no-brainer for choreography. But listen to me breathe. Woo! Okay, 4 more. Man. 3. Here's last 2. Last 1. Let's step, touch. Woo! Okay, stay here in the break. See you back to finish up. And hook.
The Nurses' Health Study found that in the first 2 years after quitting smoking, women gain an average of 5.3 pounds more than those women who continue to smoke. Of course, the overall benefits of quitting cigarettes far outweigh any risk in weight gain, but if fear of additional poundage enslaves you to tobacco, take heart in a Canadian study which shows that most women lose all or most of those extra pounds. Quit smoking and start exercising. A Brigham and Women's Hospital study shows even modest weight gain in the middle years can significantly increase the risk of coronary heart disease in women. Results found those who gained 11 to 17 pounds after age 18 had 25% greater risk of heart attack than those gaining 10 pounds or less. Those gaining 18 to 24 pounds increased their risk 65%, and the risk tripled for those who gained more than 40 pounds. A University of Southern California study found that highly active women who averaged 3.8 hours of exercise weekly since puberty were 60% less likely than inactive women to get breast cancer. Those who logged 1 to 3 hours of physical activity per week since puberty were 30% less likely to develop breast cancer compared to sedentary women. Though this is just one study, it suggests that regular exercise may have a tremendous payoff. Tufts University mounted a study of postmenopausal women aged 50 to 70. Researchers found that the women who weight trained 45 minutes twice a week for a year improved bone density in their legs and spine by 1%. Women not weight training lost 2.5% bone density. The weight trainers reduced body fat and increased muscle mass by 3 to 4 pounds. Remember, the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn even as you sleep.
Now, all you're allowed to do in the breaks is grab a sip of water. You know, there's no telephone calls, doorbell rings, too bad. Just tell them to leave it under the mat. Okay, we're moving to heels in 4, 3, 2, 1. Hup. Here's 4, 3, 2, now knees. 4, 3, 2, back to heels. 4, 3, hamstring curl. 4, 3, back to heels. What's next? Knees. What's next? Heels. And what's next?
Heel back.
That's it. Hams. Curls, heels. Yep, we got it. On the home stretch, guys. Heels, run it out. Hams, that means hamstring curls. Heels. Listen, you know, sugar is very, very calorie dense, but it's not as caloric and as potentially fattening as fat. But the very, very best way to gain body fat is eat the two of those together. You want to gain fat? You eat sugar and fat together, because the sugar releases or causes you to release insulin, and insulin makes sure that you store more of the fat you eat. So that donut, for example, would be a very effective promoter of stored body fat. Almost done, almost done. Give me curls, and then give me heels, and then we'll take a heart rate. Yes? Okay, keep your legs moving. Can you find it? Ready, set, count. I take the music out so you won't count the beats of the music. Legs moving, and stop. Okay, have a look at the charts. See where you were in the ball standings. Now that math is done for you. That's beats per 10 seconds. So you don't have any multiplication as long as you feel somewhere between 60 and 85% intensity. You're in the ball game, baby cakes. This is the heart rate chart recommended by the International Dance Exercise Association, and with each chart, or any chart, there's a margin of error of 10 to 20% at the best of times. So it's a ballpark guess. Now we're going to do 4 more of these, and then triple taps each side. I lied. Here's 4, here's 3, here's 2, here's the last one. Take 1, 2, 3 step. Practice that. 1, 2, 3. Got some style? 1, 2, 3 step. 1, 2, shake it. 1, 2, 3 step. 1, 2. Got it down pat. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. Give me alternating taps. 4, 3. Triple taps. 1, 2, 3. Now give me a march instead of those alternating taps. Here they come. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Have fun with it. Nobody's watching. See you back. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Cholesterol and saturated fat are not the same thing. Cholesterol is found only in animals. Plants can't make cholesterol because they don't have a liver. Eating high cholesterol foods is not a problem for most people. Your liver will just cut back on its production of cholesterol to compensate. But eating saturated fat is a problem. It stimulates your body to overproduce cholesterol. So a no cholesterol label on a food made with saturated palm oil is very misleading. You don't have to work up a sweat to get fit, but you do need to work up your heart rate. Aerobic exercise is any sustained physical activity that produces heavy breathing and high heart rate. And now I know what you're thinking, and the answer is yes. If you can keep it going for 15 to 20 minutes, it's got to qualify as aerobic. Regular aerobic exercise conditions your heart and keeps your body fat under control. It moderates your reaction to stress and increases your stamina. Such a deal.
If you press your heel toward the floor, it feels so nice on your lower leg, that big gastrocnemius. Hey, let's think of all the sweets we can that don't have fat in them. Because there's just not a problem with having a sweet now and then. Now, it's not one of your basic food groups, you know. We're not talking
Lunch.
Make a meal out of it here. Let's move to the soliest.
How about lifesavers?
Lifesavers, jelly beans, angel food cake,
Gummy bears.
gummy bears,
Licorice.
licorice. It sounds like you do a lot of this.
Remember, I'm pregnant.
Those popsicles,
Oh, right. Suckers.
suckers.
Raisins.
Well, all dried fruits, and that is a fructose sugar. Let me tell you, the best dried fruit. Have you guys had dried cranberries?
No, yeah.
I have some in my room.
Yeah,
You have
great.
to come. They are so good. And also dried cherries. Oh, and it's truly just like candy, and has far more nutrition than jelly beans. You know, the joke that my teenager likes to say is, "Oh, Mom, you tell me to eat a variety of colors on my plate." Here she comes out with this plate of jelly beans. Oh no, she knows better. It's just a little irritation that she likes to pull.
Of course.
Just you wait till yours are in their
Just
teens.
to see if she's
forward to
checking.
that.
2 of them at once. You'll be paying. Okay. Switch over. Those quadriceps are tight too, aren't they? They worked hard, as did the hip flexors, and we'll get them in a minute. Can you think of anything else? You can make Rice Krispie squares with marshmallows, and you don't have to add the oil that is in their recipe. Just do it without. Guys, go get them. You worked hard, and you sure deserve that shower.
Exercise wear by Gilda Marks, the exercise wear with the breathables lining. It figures is produced in association with the Life Network in the splendid grandeur of the Rocky Mountains at the Banff Springs Hotel.
I'd say other one. I kind of have to work with it.
Where did you get the dried cranberries from?
Trader Joe's. You got to say.
If you would like to buy an exercise video, a copy of this show, or one of our cookbooks, call 1-800-MORE-FIT. Viewers requiring an answer from It Figures should enclose $3 and a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Sounds good. But the most favorite is and dried blueberries. Those sound good.
Have you ever counted your moles? The reason I ask is this. Melanoma is a relatively rare but dangerous skin cancer, and if you have more than 50 moles, your risk of melanoma is 11 times greater than those with less than 50. If you have unusual moles, your risk is 47 times greater. You should see a physician if a mole gets bigger, darker, inflamed, if it bleeds, itches, changes color, or is painful. Experts say you should inspect your birthday suit thoroughly once a year, even if you are at low risk for skin cancer. If you are at high risk, you should check it out every couple of months. And you're at high risk if you have more than 50 moles, red or blonde hair, a family history of melanoma, or if you have had 3 or more blistering sunburns in your life. You know, I heard on the radio about these dermatologists in Vancouver who go to the beach in the summer to run a mole patrol. I gather they kind of eyeball the flesh and alert you if you have a mole that merits investigation. Check it out. We build muscle today.
Stand up here. We got to get you warmed up before we weight train. Alternate side touches. They look like this. That's it. We're going to do 4 alternating side touches and then 2 on each side. That is 2 per leg. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Now 2. Again, 2. And alternate. Here's 4, 3, 2 a leg. It's out, in, out, and out, in, out. That's it. I'm adding on. Here's 2 a leg. Now watch out. 3 a leg and a step touch. Right here. Step touch, 3 a leg.
That's
and
easy.
Step touch, alternate. 4, 3. Here's 2 a leg. And this time it's leap touch. It's 3, 2, 1, leap touch. 3, 2, 1, leap touch. 4, 3, 2 times a leg. That's it. Here comes your 3 and leap. 3, 2, 1, leap.
Feel lighter in air without those ankle weights.
Hold the leaps, hold the leaps. All right, you want to calm this down? We got 4, 3, 2, calm it down, just right here. Now let's make these heels. Whew. You got a kayak parked in dock? Give it this.
That loosens up the arms.
Hey, you know something? I would like to learn kayak.
Oh, it's so much fun.
Have you done it?
Last year in New Brunswick, Ken and I went for a little tour around an island. It was really fun.
Did you learn how to roll over and all that business?
Don't know how to do the Eskimo roll, and I don't want to.
Because I don't want to be rolling over. That means you have a real thick, wide kayak.
Yes, that's right.
I think we're warm enough. We give it 4 more, 3, 2, and cooked. Well done, ready to go to work. We're starting on quadriceps. You have a choice. If you have no weights at all, I suggest you come into an inverted V as Renee and I will. And we're even going to do this with weights. But at least you're using body weight here. We're going to start down and we contract our quadriceps to go up. So we go up and down and down. If you don't like your head down, try what Jeanette is doing, leg extensions. And she has on weights, so we're all working. Let's count this 1.
That was 5.
So they have to choose which position, you turkey.
3 more.
I'm looking out for you guys at home. And here's 4. And here's 5.
Oh, I'm finding this tough.
It is tough.
This is very tough.
I mean, it's your body weight, plus we've got on
Well, that's
6
why it's
pounds.
so tough.
I didn't mean that as a dig.
I think we're done.
I think we have 1 more.
Oh, you meanie.
Up. Whoa! You need a rest? Here we go. Other side. Don't lock your knee on full extension. We go. Up, right there. Don't lock it. Just bring it. Just up to lock, but not quite to lock. Okay? We're counting. Count that 3. We give you a few practice shots. You know, Baylor College of Medicine has done some interesting studies, and they reckon that cutting the fat in the diet may prevent precancerous skin lesions. Who'd have thought?
2 more.
Whoa!
1 more.
Jeanette, there's a sound of desperation. Hey, this is a workout. This is work. Okay, we did the front. We do the back. Here's the hard part. You're gonna abdominal brace. You're not gonna have arched back. You want a good alignment of torso pelvis. Both thighs vertical, it looks like this. Up and down and down. So although your hamstring is working hard, so are all your ab muscles to stabilize that pelvis. So what are common signs of sun-induced skin damage? Dry, scaly, brownish red, or gray bumps on the face, neck, and hands, usually in fair-skinned people. Last one. Oof. And done. Relax.
Feels nice when you get to let go of that brace.
Yes. And here's where the real action is. We're really learning to hold that brace. Are you ready?
Ready?
We shall lift up and up. Now, Renee, you had some moles removed.
Yes, and one was even dysplastic.
And what does that mean?
Means that it was going on its way to cancer.
Really? And how did you just notice them in the mirror?
Actually, I went to a dermatologist and he said, "Do you have a family history?" And I said, "No, I have a very good friend who just got diagnosed with a melanoma." So not what you'd call a high risk, but I was concerned and worked out.
Sure enough.
Well, I did sunbathe as a teenager.
Oh,
as
so
a
did
kid.
we all. I mean, we were all so stupid. We were out there baking ourselves.
We
I
like the look.
regret it. What can you do? Glutes, right here. Two choices. Come down like this if you don't mind your head down. If you don't like that, look what Jeanette is doing. She is plopped herself across the step so that she doesn't put her head down, but she does keep her neck in neutral. I mean to say she's not upside down like we are. And being upside down sometimes aggravates high blood pressure in hypertensive people.
But as well, there's no pressure on my shoulders in this position.
Sure. Count.
2 more.
Oh,
For
good.
you, Jeanette.
Jeanette must be tired. She's counting real. One more?
count.
That's it?
Sure.
Okay, one more for good measure. One more.
Okay. Switch off.
Okay.
Ready? A lift. We got it up and up.
And now, because of that, I do have a yearly birthday suit check
Is that right?
that my
Where
dermatologist
was this mole?
does.
It
On
was
my back, that gets lots of sun.
Yeah.
And that you can't see personally either,
You are so dark-skinned and tan so quickly. I wouldn't have thought.
Actually, that's interesting because he said I have whatever it's called type 2 skin, which means you tan easily, so you think you're safe, but in
Yes,
fact,
yes.
I'm not dark-skinned.
One
and
more
so
That's
I'm
right.
at
to go. One
danger.
more. This is it.
Okay, all right, already. We're there.
Okay. Can we stretch these out a little bit?
Good idea, Jeanette. Let's do that. Let's take weights off. Yeah, we deserve it. And let's start with those glutes. Whew, I really felt that one. If you can bring this guy up, this doesn't do much for the glute, but watch. As soon as I pull that across the center line,
Yes, ma'am.
yes, sir.
And the higher on the tailbone, the better.
Can't quite make it. Sit up straight. No, I don't think so. This is what we're looking for. And do you ever feel it? Other side?
Ooh, that's a good stretch.
Renee, I am so glad you found that little sucker.
Yes, me too.
Because those grow really quickly.
Really fast. Really fast.
It can, now, the kind of the sun-induced skin damage that I just talked about, the brownish red or gray bumps on the neck and face, that can develop into squamish cell skin cancer. And that's not nearly as fast growing. Let's just hit these hamstrings too. But it does account for a quarter of all the non-melanoma skin cancer in the U.S. And I can tell you, the ratios would be very similar in Canada. We got lots of sun here in the Rockies.
That might be a blessing,
side.
though, that we don't have as much sun as other areas.
Well, but we do.
got
We're
lots of
very
sun.
high on sunshine in Alberta.
Well, not this summer we weren't.
Okay. So one time.
We were all safe this summer.
Okay, we got to get going here on abs. Here's what I want you to work on. You're going to take an abdominal brace. You can have this leg down to make it easier or up to make it harder. You're going to abdominal brace and lower your heel. Down, slow, up, slow. Don't you dare lower that heel without your abdominal brace. Keep your back flat on the floor. Please do 10 per leg. We'll be back with reverse curls.
One pound of body fat burns only 2 measly calories a day to sustain itself, but a pound of muscle burns 30 to 50 calories a day to stay alive. The more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism and the more calories you burn even as you sleep. Unfortunately, metabolism slows with age due to loss of muscle to the tune of about a half a pound of muscle a year after age 30. If you weight train, though, you can preserve muscle and keep your metabolism high to stay lean. I bet hardly a week goes by without hearing someone say that exercise got them through a nasty divorce, or the stress of job loss, or the depressing loss of a loved one. I hear it all the time. And it's not pie in the sky, it's real. Exercise reduces tension by desensitizing your body to stress. Regular workouts train the body to react less intensely to stress, leaving you better able to cope with anxiety-provoking events. It's much better than Valium.
Hello, hello. We're moving on. We got oblique curls. Your internal, external obliques rotate your upper body on your pelvis while they stabilize your spine and compress your abdominal wall. Do you think they're hardworking or what? Put your knees together and rotate with us. We'll count 1. 1A. 2. Here's 2. 3. We want 10 aside. Halfway done. Hang on here. And lift and twist simultaneously. Now remember, your head is just coming along for the ride. It just happens to be attached to your shoulders. So don't give it this. Don't try and make the lift.
And we're done.
And we're done. Yay! Okay. Reverse curls. This way. Bum toward your head. Is it this?
No.
I don't think so.
Feet down.
Get these real tight so you can't use them. Handicap those legs. It's belly effort and down. Here we go. Up and
Doesn't
up.
look like
and
much,
it
does
doesn't. And you just
like
listen.
much.
You just get down on the floor and try this, baby cakes. It's tough. You can really feel it.
Sure
It doesn't show very glamorous, but it's really tough work. And you know, for good torso alignment, the abs are best recruited from the bottom up like this. So this is going to go a long way to holding your belly flat when you're sitting and standing. Sorry, Renee, were you going to say something?
Well, I was going to say that, at the beginning it's so awkward, so that if you're starting and it doesn't feel right, just keep with it for a few weeks.
I agree with you totally. One more?
One more.
Sounds good.
And up. Make this your best. Okay, I think we need to move on to upper body. And let's do bicep curls. Now, the thing that I worry most about is you're bracing your elbow. You can brace it on your knee. You could brace it on your hip. But you don't want it hanging out there in the air by itself. I like it here. Find something that really suits you. If you're going to lean forward, brace your upper body on your other knee. Counting?
Here's 8.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa. I like these.
That's because your biceps are so
these muscles.
pretty
and
they
with
develop.
With effort, let me say.
You've been at it longer than I have, so it's only fair.
But I got to say, once we got Renee committed,
it took a while.
It was a hard sell. Let us say it was a hard sell. But you are loyal.
Yes, I have become. I really do see the benefits.
You do. And Renee said for years, I don't have much muscle mass.
It's too damn boring.
It's too boring, but we listen to radio while we do it or talk, don't we? Let me tell you about this study. They took 76 subjects who are previously treated for non-melanoma skin cancer and divided
we're done
them.
there, Charlene.
Okay, let's do triceps. They divided these folks into two groups. Now these people had some sort of skin cancer, but it wasn't melanoma. Triceps, we go out and out. And they ate different amounts of fat in their diet. Now what's amazing is that those people who had 40% fat calories developed 3 times as many precancerous spots as those who were eating only 20% fat calories. I don't think most people would think that your fat intake has influence on skin cancer.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
We got one more of
Interesting.
these. One more of these.
One more?
That's it.
Whoa, those felt hard today.
Yeah, you wouldn't think that.
Some days it just feels harder. Here we go. Extend and bring it back. Now, 40% fat calories is actually getting pretty darn close to the North American average.
Wow.
Most North Americans eat about 35% of their daily calories in fat, and it's too much, gang.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
The ceiling needs to be 30, and for most people to stay trim and enjoy really superb
Last one.
vascular health, 20% fat calories.
Ooh, 20 sounds
Okay.
awfully lean. Though,
Oh no, I eat less than that, and do I eat well? Yes, ma'am. Oh yeah, I don't find it hard, Jeanette.
I find 20% hard.
Okay.
You know
Thank
what?
you, Renee. Thank you.
Well, listen, Renee, you eat
I eat dessert.
20. That's it.
And you don't.
Renee eats 20% fat calories, and then she has not one but 2 pieces of cheesecake.
It's true.
Okay, can you keep this going? Do a good 10 of these. See back. We'll do posterior delt.
Most heart attacks are due to a buildup of fatty deposits or plaque inside coronary arteries. And it's at these plaque deposits where blood clots are likely to stick and completely cut off the blood supply. The best way to avoid that scenario is eat low-fat food and exercise. For every 1% you lower your total blood cholesterol through better food choices, exercise, or cholesterol-lowering drugs, your risk of heart attack declines 2 to 3%. Adult humans can have up to 600 billion fat cells, and they're very elastic. If you burn up all the calories you eat in a day, your fat cells swell and shrink as fat is stored and then released for burning. If you eat more than you use, your cells enlarge to accommodate the excess. If your body fat content rises to about 30 kilograms, your body will manufacture new fat cells to absorb the extra. The trick to weight loss is burning up more calories than you eat.
Okay, posterior delt. If you don't want to bend over and support your upper body on your knee, lay down prone like Jeanette. The primary function of the delts in posterior lift is just raising those arms backwards. So lift. Up and down and down. That's it. You know, researchers are not really sure how this fat intake works with skin cancer. They really haven't figured out the mechanism, but they are quick to say that still avoiding excess sun is the best way to prevent not only skin damage but skin cancer. That was it?
That was
Oh,
it.
terrific. Oh, let's do rhomboids while
Yes,
we're right
let's.
here. Look here. Rhomboids draw your shoulder blades together. Now, it's good work to even do that without weights, but if you've got some weights, all the better. You draw your shoulder blades up and let them come down. So it's up, down.
That's a very subtle one.
It is. This is hard to isolate. You ought to get somebody to look at you in the mirror or stand up over you and say, okay, your shoulder blades are coming toward your spine. That's good. Or no, they're not coming toward your spine. Try not to shrug your shoulders up to your neck The effort is just shoulder blades to the spine.
And here's last one.
And with practice, you can get good at it. Why do we do that? For posture. Shoulder presses in the break. You'll come up and down and down. Okay, I trust you. We're coming back.
The Quebec family study at Laval University has found that genetics do play a role in your body fat, but not a very strong influence. Only 25% of individual difference in body fat throughout the population is genetic. That means you can only blame your parents for a quarter of your fat. Genes strongly determine where fat is stored, but genes are not very influential in the amount of fat stored. Your physical activity or lack of it and your food choices determine your fatness. Have you heard about the new approach to abdominal training? In the past, we did exercises which challenged the abdominal muscles as prime movers. They make the movement. But the abs actually spend more of their time acting as trunk stabilizers. So now we're also doing work that challenges them to be better stabilizers. This may be the answer to that stubborn little pot belly that annoys even some fairly lean people.
Okay, gang, butterflies. Look at my back. I'm going to abdominal brace. Get these hands out there and lift. Up and down and down. Now look at these arms. They're nice and wide. Think butterfly wings. In other words, keep the angle in your elbow big. That's it. And what is this for?
The old chesteroo.
Pecs. Is this going to make larger breasts, firmer breasts,
Not.
younger breasts? I don't think
we
so.
wish. Don't we wish? But it's good for your posture and a lot of other things.
Absolutely. And remember, the more muscle you have,
The more
calories you burn,
at
even
rest.
at rest, even as you sleep. How many?
This is it.
Okay, you know what? If we deserve nothing else, we deserve
A stretch.
a tricep stretch. The benefits of muscle are so real. Muscle is such valuable tissue, but it takes a while to see.
Yeah, it takes months.
Especially
for
months
me.
and months.
Yeah,
Not a
months and
couple of
months,
months,
yeah.
months and months. So have faith. It will happen.
Well, we're not exactly 24 years old either.
Yes.
If we were younger, the muscle mass would go on quicker.
Or if we were male.
Yeah, that's the
we
big
had
thing.
testosterone.
Just give me some of that testosterone.
Absolutely. Try it
Naturally.
here. The same stretch. We're revving up your resting metabolism rate. It gets higher. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn at rest. Did you get that? Folks at home, could you just repeat?
I think they've got it by now.
You think I've pounded that in?
I think you've pounded
Have I
it
beat
daily.
that one to death? Okay. Let's just do some tiny little wrist work here just to go home. You're just going to lay those down and lift and lift and down and down. You want to play good racket sports? You want to pound the piano a little harder? This is it. There you go. And up and up. This is your tennis game here.
Oh, I wish that this would make a difference to my tennis. Will it give me some hand-eye coordination?
This is a little skill. We don't do ball sports here. Go get them, guys. You deserve a good day.
Exercise wear by Gilda Marks, the exercise wear with the breathables lining. It Figures is produced in association with the Life Network in the splendid grandeur of the Rocky Mountains at the Banff Springs Hotel. If you would like to buy an exercise video, a copy of this show, or one of our cookbooks, call 1-800-MORE-FIT. Viewers requiring an answer from It Figures should enclose $3 and a self-addressed stamped envelope.
The U.S. National Headache Foundation says exercise generally prevents headaches by reducing stress and releasing endorphins. But once in a blue moon, I hear from someone who gets a headache from exercise. This is called an exertion headache and affects 3 to 4 million Americans, most over the age of 40. Exertion headaches develop during or right after physical activity, but they can also be brought on by sex, a coughing spell, even a bowel movement. They affect both sides of the head and last from seconds to 3 to 4 hours. If you get a headache while exercising, stop and take aspirin or acetaminophen. See a doctor if pain persists, or if you get a second exercise-related headache. The cause could be sinusitis, allergies, ear infection, high blood pressure, or a tumor. You definitely need medical advice if this occurs. And after all those serious possibilities are ruled out, you may be able to resume your exercise if you just take an aspirin a few hours before the workout. Let's step. Come on.
Warming you up, we start with a march. We put a march on the step. We call it basic. It looks like this. Okay, we take 2 basics, and then we tap to change the lead after the second one. Here's 1 and 2. Give us a tap other way. 1, 2. That's it. Or count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. Adding on next time. 2 basics. Stay on the floor. 2 grapevines. Out and back. 2 basics. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6, 7, 2 grapevines, and back, 2 basics. Adding on. After the grapevines, we're going to march wide and tight. Wide again. Here are your 2 basics. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, and your 2 grapevines out. And back, march wide and tight. Again. Here are your 2 basics. That's it. Grapevine on the floor. Out she goes. She comes home wide and tight. Wide and tight is going to change. 2 basics. And 2 grapevines. Wide and tight becomes 2 slow knees. Right here, 2 knees. Up, knee, down, tap again. Here are your basics. Up and down. Here are your grapevines. 2 of them, and 2 slow knees. She's up again, and now the basics, and now the grapevines, and now knees, and just hold them. Here's 4, and 3, and 2. Now bring those knees to a tap. 4 of those, 3, 2.
We're heading towards the stretch.
Now watch this heel. Up, tap, heel. Let's take 4 of those. Here's 4 and 3 and 2. You're going to hold this very last one. Here it is. Hold it right there and take a minute. Stretch your hamstrings. You need to bear weight on your floor leg, your weight-bearing leg, and take your butt to the heavens. Not this, but this, flat back. Can you feel it under there?
I can really feel that. Especially when I push that cheek, that one cheek of my behind back there.
That little cheek up back there.
Really cheeky over there.
Okay. We're moving to the gastrocnemius, which is the big calf muscle. Well, it's not so big in me. I wish it were bigger. It's your more superficial calf muscle. And if you press your heel down back there, you can feel it in the back of your lower leg.
You sure can.
And now we'll just give a little hello to these hip flexors. You're going to have to pelvic tilt and lower down a little bit. Ready? Can we do 2 basics again? Here we go. Basics. Grapevines. And knees. And we're only going to do 2 of them. And basics. And grapevines. Come back here. Where are those knees? There they are. And basics. And grapevines. And knees, we're going to hold 4 of them. Here's 4. That's it. 2 more. Yep, make those into little taps to the step. 4 of those. 3. 2. And now instead of coming down, give it me heel on the step. 2 more. Will you hold this last one and repeat the same scenario? You know what else causes headaches?
I know.
Telling you.
Being at my house for 1.5 hour.
Her boys are so rambunctious.
My 3 sons.
Debbie, you need to pass out earplugs at the front door.
I know. Major migraine. Major migraine.
Squinting in the sun, really bright sunlight, it makes the head and neck muscles contract.
Yeah, when you're driving.
Going to the lake. Oh, mercy. And the way around that is just to wear good sunglasses or at least a visor. But if you're on snow or water where you get reflection, you have to wear the sunglasses as well. They've got such good ones nowadays. That's your gastroc. Here are your hip flexors. You're going to have to bring that down a bit. If you're standing up like that, you won't get it, I think, as intensely as if you're willing to bend that back knee. Okay, ready to rock and roll, baby cakes? Here we go. Just march it out. Put it on the step. Also, dehydration. It induces blood chemistry changes that cause headache. And that says to you, you're exercising, you need to hydrate. Drink water or juice or water and juice mix, dilute before, during, and after exercise. You're not going to overhydrate, I almost promise you. Take 2 basics and a knee repeater 3. Here's 1 basic. Here's the second one. Give me a knee repeater. Those are the fast ones. 3, 2, 1, and walk a basic. Another basic.
That's true. Debbie was trying to explain that to me last night. That when you dehydrated, your blood gets really thick, and then your heart has to pump harder.
Oh yeah.
You know, your brain, and that gives you a headache. It's
it eventually goes on to more serious symptoms, but certainly fatigue and headaches are the first signs. And there's nothing wrong with taking some water while you work out. No problem.
Does that mean we get a water break now?
Right after a warm-up. Well, we do sip water in the breaks. We keep our heart rate up, but we definitely sip water. Hey, I'm getting bored.
All right, time
Can
for
I change? May I change something?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to change the bridge. This is the last time I'm going to do 2 basics. I'll preview for you the change. Have a look-see. Next time you can join me. You do 2 basics. Here's the knee.
Tricky.
Okay, so instead of 2 basics, up knee, other side. Here we go. 3, 2. So it's get 1 knee up, get the other knee up, get off. Show me your repeater. That's it. Altitude also causes headache.
Yes.
We live at altitude, so we're already acclimated, but it's not unusual for people to come here to the Rocky Mountains from sea level and experience headaches and fatigue. And there's a formula. At 6,000 feet, you need to wait a day for every 1,000 feet you ascend above 6,000, which gives you a good excuse to stay here and enjoy the mountain.
Days around.
Honey, I can't go hiking today. I need to check out the stay in the spa today. I have to acclimate.
Sounds good to me.
I'm bored.
All right.
How about we do curl repeaters? 3, 2, and hold that bridge. That's the bridge to the other side. Here are your curls. That's it. Can I change the bridge again? And
Why
I'll leave
not?
you to perfect it in the break. Have a look-see. Here's your preview. You do alternating knees. I get up and do 2 lunges. Now try it with me. Get up, lunge once a leg, get off. You did it.
Hey.
All right, work on that. See you back. Up, lunge twice. Here are your curls.
More fatal heart attacks occur between 6 a.m. and noon, not because of morning exercise, but because of morning. The blood platelets responsible for clotting are stickiest in the morning. Regular exercise at any time of day reduces the risk of heart attack. Thousands of North Americans die each year from inactivity, so don't be afraid to work out in the morning if that's the best time for you. The trick is to be regular with exercise. Time of day doesn't really matter. Your body loses 2 to 3 quarts of fluid daily just through perspiration, exhalation, and excretion. Now that fluid must be replaced or your major systems begin to break down. The rule of thumb is drink 8 8-ounce glasses of water daily, and that's just your minimum, because as temperature and exercise increase, you need still more. If you're not drinking enough water, your urine will be quite yellow. Clear urine signals good hydration. Canada, we're still eating too much fat. A gram of fat is 9 calories, compared with only 4 calories per gram for carbohydrate or protein. Though monounsaturated fats are more heart healthy than other fats, all fat is equally fattening, so the goal is to cut down on all fats. Excess dietary fat contributes to excess body fat, and that brings health problems in and of itself. Try to get your fat intake down to 20 to 30% of your total daily calories. If you're stuck on a fat loss plateau and are already doing some sort of vigorous exercise, try adding a walk after supper. Moderate exercise like walking doesn't compete with digestion right after a meal. It feels fine, and it aids digestion, and it reduces fat storage on your body. Fats entering the bloodstream from digestion can be used as fuel so they don't get deposited in your fat cells.
We're on curls. Catch us up, get up, lunge once off each leg, get off, curl. It's a repeater. 2, 1. And I'm getting bored with it. We did it throughout this whole break. How about in a minute, we'll lose the repeater, and let's do 2 slow kicks. Here they are. Up, kick, down, tap. Up, kick, down, tap again. That's it. Up in 2 lunges. And here are your kicks. Up, kick, down, tap. Up, kick, down, tap. Up, lunge twice, get off, and kick. Good. Yep.
And it works.
Anybody want to change?
Sure.
That's what I want to hear. Okay. Do what you know. I'm asking you to do side lifts right off the end of the step. Here you go. Up, side, down, tap. Up, side, down, tap. Up in 2 lunges. Here we are. Up, side, up in 2 lunges. Woo. Yeah, the difference is I'm mounting the step now from the end. And it's kind of fun.
That's tricky.
Well, what you got to do, Debo, is get right out to the end
Really
before you
scoot over.
Yeah, isn't that kind of fun?
I got her. Exert a little more energy.
There you go. Up, lunge twice. Get off. Couple more tries. Up. Up. Side leg lift. Again, get up there. Lunge it twice. Here's your last time. 2 of these. And now give me basic right here. There you go. How about we do 1 basic a leg, which means every time you finish a basic, you got to tap to change your lead. Now give me a tap, change. Give me a tap and change. Give me a tap and change. Put it on automatic. Make it travel the step. Let your lead leg lead your direction. That's it.
I have
Okay.
a funny feeling this is leading into something
Oh,
again.
I would hope so.
A lot more complicated than basic. There's always a method for madness.
If you have long legs and or energy, take it end to end off the step. That's it. And that's better intensity, greater intensity. Better is a value judgment. I guess it depends on your point of view. I'm going to add on. Go over, give me 1 side leg lift right here. That's it. And down. Over, lift, and tap down. Okay? Like that?
That's intensity.
Okay. I want to show you a little change. And actually, what I really want you to attend to is the sound. Now listen.
Sweat.
Do you hear it? Listen
Gallop.
again. So it's a shuffle. Got it? Just put your hands down. Giddy up. Get it with your feet. Okay, add some hands. Basketball. That's a shuffle.
This brings back memories.
Hands out there, guarding. Hup, leg lift. Good. Again. Last time. Give me basic. Boo.
Oh, I'm just starting to like that one.
Yeah. I bore easily.
I know.
I want 2 basics and tap. Here's 1. Here's the second. Now tap. 2 basics. Tap to change your lead. Okay, what are all the ways we can change your lead? Let me think. We can tap.
Yep.
Or we could lift. Try that. Here she comes. Lift. Okay, can you hold that? It's not too hard on the brain. So,
That's another
perfect.
judgment call.
You got this break. Feedback. And she's up.
The common question I hear is, how do I get rid of the fat on my thighs or belly or hips? No matter where you store your excess fat, to lose it, you must expend more calories than you take in. So reduce your caloric intake by eating less fat and simple sugar. To increase your caloric output, do regular aerobic exercise like walking or step aerobics, and weight train to build more muscle. The more muscle you have, the more calories you burn all day long, even at rest. Jean-Pierre Dupré is a blood fat specialist at Laval University. He says fat just under the skin is only a beauty concern. It's excess fat deep in the abdomen, under the muscle, between the internal organs that's a threat to life. Measure the circumference of the smallest part of your waist and the widest part of your buttocks. Divide your waist by your hip measurement. If the ratio is 0.8 or above for women, 9.5 or above for men, you need to reduce your fat. If a high heart rate during exercise is good for you, why is a high heart rate at rest bad? Well, regular high heart rate exercise, aerobic exercise, strengthens the heart and makes the body more efficient at delivering oxygen through the blood to the rest of the body. Indeed, one of the long-term effects of regular aerobic exercise is a lower resting heart rate, and that benefit far outweighs any risk of a temporary increase in heart rate during exercise. Metabolism is the body's process of breaking down and converting food to usable energy to power life functions like respiration. Resting metabolism is the minimum energy required to sustain life at rest. The higher your resting metabolism, the easier it is to stay lean. So, how do you increase your resting metabolism? Pump iron to make muscle. The more muscle you have, the higher your resting metabolism rate.
Okay, you got 2 basics, and then you got to lift. Now, you know what you could do at the end of 2 basics to change your lead? You could cha-cha, but you got to be quick. Here's what it looks like. You try it next time. Cha-cha-cha. Oh. Here it comes. Cha-cha-cha. Here it is.
You do have to be quick.
Cha-cha-cha. You have to be so darn quick. Cha-cha-cha. You know what? I could put that cha-cha up on the step.
Yeah, I'd fall on my face.
But actually it's easier, truly. But you got to do it on the second basic. Watch. Cha-cha-cha. Try it with me. Here's 1. Now cha-cha up. Got it?
Oh.
1 basic. Here's your cha-cha up. That's it. 1 basic. Cha-cha up. 1 basic.
All right,
Cha-cha.
I think I've got this.
Okay, just as soon as you got it, I'm going to show you just another version.
Oh, sure. You give it to us. As soon as we get it, you change it.
Step for step. It's still a cha-cha. Step for step. Try it if you wanna. Step for step.
I can't do it the same attitude as you do.
Take a different attitude. Step for step. Here it is. Step for step. Last time. Step for step. Whole basic. Whole basic.
Good. I'm not very good at that funky stuff.
Me too. 1 basic, 1 knee. And the knee has a little propulsion. Hang on. Here's your first basic. Here's your first knee. Here's a basic. Knee. Now, if you're going to go on with us through the pop turn, you're going to have a little propulsion. Have a look-see. Here's what it does. The knee turns you around as you lift, and you turn in the direction. You keep your lifted knee to the end of the step. Oh, decided not to come with us, eh?
Well, I don't know.
Come on,
I'll give it a try.
Get it. So your bent knee stays at the end of the step, toward the end of the step. I'm trying to help you decide which way to turn. Okay. Let's see how well they follow cues.
Now she's getting mean.
Stay here. Don't turn. A basic. Now turn. Did it. Now turn back. Good work. Hold the pattern right here. Right here. Don't turn. Last time, we need to think about heart rate. Whole basic right here. We're not going to take heart rate. We're going to ask you to answer honestly. How hard are you working? Want you to work as hard as you feel comfortable. Now look at that chart, and ideally I'd like you to be saying honestly, I worked somewhat hard to hard. The darkened area, that's really where we want you. If you're not there today, hey, next time. There are all kinds of reasons not to work hard. Lack of sleep, late night, beginner, you've been sick for a while, up tap, down tap. We're going to do 2 of these. Walk forward, 1, 2, 3, touch. Come back with the same thing. We got 2 taps. There's 1. Now walk forward, 1, 2, 3, tap. Bring it back. Give me 2 up taps. That's it. And 1, 2, 3, forward. That's it. A little change. Give me 1 tap, cross over, and now walk forward. Come back. Here's your 1 tap, cross over, and forward. Can you keep her going? I'm depending on you. And 1 tap, cross over, walk forward.
Cholesterol and saturated fat are not the same thing. cholesterol is found only in animals. Plants can't make cholesterol because they don't have a liver. Eating high cholesterol foods is not a problem for most people. Your liver will just cut back on its production of cholesterol to compensate. But eating saturated fat is a problem. It stimulates your body to overproduce cholesterol. So a no cholesterol label on a food made with saturated palm oil is very misleading. You don't have to work up a sweat to get fit, but you do need to work up your heart rate. Aerobic exercise is any sustained physical activity that produces heavy breathing and high heart rate. And now I know what you're thinking, and the answer is yes. If you can keep it going for 15 to 20 minutes, it's got to qualify as aerobic. Regular aerobic exercise conditions your heart and keeps your body fat under control. It moderates your reaction to stress and increases your stamina. Such a deal.
Stretch your gastrocnemius. Isn't that a fun word to say? This big guy, the big superficial muscle, and you can stretch him if you just hang your heel off the end of the step. Now, don't lock either knee. Keep them both a little soft, but you can go for intensity here. You've got a lot of blood flow, and those tissues are well oxygenated. They're well oiled. They're not gonna tear on you at this point. It's cold stretch you need to be careful of. Try the other side. Just whip across and hang off the other heel. Does that feel all right? Okay. Now we're going to step down off the step and we're going to stretch the hamstring muscles, you know, the great big muscle group in the back of your thigh. If you will kneel down behind your step and make sure your calf is on the step and just flatten your back. This doesn't put any stretch on, but as soon as you start to flatten your back, ooh, you can feel it in there. And if that still doesn't get it for you, try flexing your foot. Can you feel it?
Mm-hmm. And do I have to do butt out to the side?
Do you have to?
Do I have to? I can feel it without even having to pull my toe.
Yeah, well, I think I can too.
Yeah, me too. I'm not as flexible as this.
Now
one
we
over
need
here,
to
huh?
move to the hip flexors.
Gumby.
And the hip flexors are up here, high in the back leg. So take your body weight in your hands here and get that back foot way back there. Now look here, you're going to really sink into this. It's on this side. It's in here. This is where it is. And if you'll sink down in there, I think you can really feel that. It doesn't really matter if your knee is on the floor or not. If it hurts, bring it up. Don't go so low. If you need more intensity, take it right down in there.
How low can you
Okay. Let's do the other side. Stand up. Step to the back of the step. Step across again and put that calf on to stretch that hamstring. Good work, guys. Go get them.
Exercise Wear by Gilda Marks, the exercise wear with the breathables lining. It Figures is produced in association with the Life Network in the splendid grandeur of the Rocky Mountains at the Banff Springs Hotel. If you would like to buy an exercise video, a copy of this show, or one of our cookbooks, call 1-800-MORE-FIT. Viewers requiring an answer from It Figures should enclose $3 and a self-addressed stamped envelope. I am jubilant to learn that female involvement in college athletics has tripled in the past 2 decades. Yes! And a survey from the Miller Brewing Company shows women are using sports for business networking. Yes! Why shouldn't you do business on a jog rather than at a desk? Just be careful about getting competitive with men unless you're good in a sport with a high skill level, because when it comes to raw strength, men have an exquisite advantage. They have more muscle and therefore more strength. The average female is 2/3 as strong as the average male her age. Men have 15 to 18% body fat by weight. Women have 22 to 25%. Muscle uses more calories and generates more energy than fat. So men have greater percentage of their body working for them during exercise. My great pal, Dr. Susan Johnson at the Cooper Institute, says a woman's extra fat is a drag on her. She's got less muscle trying to move around more fat. It just ain't fair. Well, come on, let's build our muscle.
Warm it up. Step touch. The one instance where it might be fair is if you are a female swimmer, because fat adds buoyancy in the water and decreases the drag. Yeah. Okay. If you put 2 of these step touches back to back, it becomes a grapevine. I'm counting you to it. We got 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and grapevine. Come back. That's it. 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, kick. There you go. Got that in place?
Easier if I just let my hands kind of coast.
Yeah, don't worry about your hands. Now, kick across if you can. Yep. Now we need to add 2 marches after the kick. This time, kick, march, 1, 2. Grapevine, kick, 1, 2. Grapevine, kick, 1, 2. Now watch what happens on those marches. Do what you know. And I kick, march, march, kick, kick. Kick, march, march, inside leg. Across, march, march, kick, kick.
Oh, that's tricky, but fun.
And march, march, kick, kick. And march, march, we're adding on. March, march, step touch. Here's 4, 3. Here we go. Grapevine and kick. March, march, here's step touch. 4, 3, 2, 1. And march, march, kick, kick. Jeanette, who is the dancer in the group,
Not.
past days, has got a little turn she does.
A little variation on the theme.
And we don't know if we can do it or not, but we'll watch. Whoop, whoop. Now you can laugh at Debbie and me. Here it goes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, kick, march, march, kick, kick. I did it. Did you
I'm
do
getting
it?
it on the next one.
Next time, okay. 1, 2, 3, turn, walk, walk, kick, kick, step touch.
Now isn't that fun?
You there?
I got it.
Champagne all around. March, march, kick, kick, step touch.
I think the step touch is a
I'm
nice
real good
recovery.
on the step touches. That's the part I got. Whoop, march, march, kick, kick, step touch. Have you got it? 1, 2, 3, turn, march, march, kick, kick, step touch. You got one more try. 1, 2, 3, turn, march, march, kick, kick, step touch. Well, have you had some fun? Are you warming up to pump iron?
Oh, I think so.
Here's 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. We're going straight here. Straight through the old tum-tum. Oh, what do you mean? Those are pretty important
Get the worst
muscles.
over with first, huh?
I love these. Okay. Here's what we want to see. Right here. Abdominal brace. And you do that by using your transverse abdominis and all of its friends that live in there. And pull your belly down. So you pull your navel toward your backbone. Show me, show me. One more time, show me. Now that's the basis of everything we're going to do here. So you're going to hold that brace and just take one leg. It goes down and down and up and up. Try it with me. And we're counting reps. Here's the second rep. Now if that's too hard and you start to lose your abdominal brace, here's the way you cheat. You just lower the other leg. And you don't have to be on a step. You could be on the floor doing this. It wouldn't matter. We just thought that stone was stone cold. And we wanted to be on the
A little hard.
One more. And brace, and now you can release. Woo! Put your legs down and rest a second. Now, what you can do is grab that brace every time you put your leg down. Look here, look real close. You don't have to hold the brace the whole time. You can just grab the brace as your leg goes down, and then when you get it back up in a safe position, you can release it. Other leg, ready, set, go. Down, 2, and up, 2. So you could brace, relax. Brace, relax. Brace, relax. And we're counting reps, never fear. Oh no, we're not going to go much over 10.
Charlene, the sun is just gorgeous. Isn't it beautiful?
It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. You'd have to be real stupid not to be happy on this day. Last one. And done. Take a rest. You may want to put your legs
hold
here.
your breath when
or
you're
put
breathing.
your No, don't hold your breath.
That's what
Oh
I'm
my
saying.
goodness
It's hard
gracious.
not to. You have to
No, don't hold
concentrate
your
on
breath. Lordy. It's getting harder. Now try this one. We're going to go. I'll show you first. We're going to go down and out and back and up twice. So it'll be a count of 8. You got your brace? Okay. And it's a ready, set, go. Down, extend, back, repeat. Down, extend, and back. Let go. Take a rest. Can you do it the other side? So that's 8 counts of pretty good bracing. And here we go. Out, extend, back. You can grab a release right there, but brace. And back and done. Try it on that first leg again. You know, we use these as our measuring sticks. If you want to know if your thighs are vertical, for most people, if you flex your wrist and put them just above your knee, that'd be just about vertical. Unless you got real short arms. Okay, we're ready,
would be nice.
Go. Down, extend, back, and again. Down, extend, and back, and again. Very quick rest, and ready. Here we go. And it's down, extend,
I kept going. I
back,
was just on a
and
roll.
up. Down, extend, and back, and up. Woo! Hard work. Okay, we're going to challenge the obliques now. It doesn't matter whether you do a good lift or a little crunch. It's all worthwhile. The obliques spend a lot of time working isometrically. So just come up and down and down.
Boy, is this
Here,
a short
in the
range
side.
of motion.
It is. Those
Very
little guys don't do. They do a lot of work, but it's not a huge movement. Now, if you've been doing this for a while, you may be able to come up farther. I need to scoot back on the bench. Doesn't matter whether you're lifting or just crunching. Just make the effort. Don't hold your breath. Please don't hold your breath. One to grow on, one more. In case you missed the first one, and down. Woo! Pull your legs in, put your hands overhead. Enjoy that stretch. Now, can you feel it stretching in there? That's the question. If you feel it working and then you feel the stretch feeling good, you're in the ballpark. We got to do the other side. I'm going to try and get long enough here where I can do my lifts. Okay, everybody ready? We're ready, and go. Up and down. Up. You know, I have a biomechanical advantage here to do these lifts. I've got long legs, so that gives me a big, long lever out there to hold me down. I've got tiny bones, so my shoulder girdle is not very heavy. You take a guy with great, big, broad shoulders, he's never going to do this. Not a chance, because he's lifting such a heavy load. 20 more.
Oh,
20
right.
more. Just a little joke. Oh my goodness. Want to stretch? Put those hands overhead and bring your feet in. Okay, roll over here. We're going to do presses, and you got to work on those in the break, will you? put your back down and just press up and up and down and down. At least 10 of those in the break. Make sure your back is down. Abdominal brace. And down, up, and.
1 pound of body fat burns only 2 measly calories a day to sustain itself, but a pound of muscle burns 30 to 50 calories a day to stay alive. The more muscle you have, the higher your metabolism and the more calories you burn even as you sleep. Unfortunately, metabolism slows with age due to loss of muscle to the tune of about a half a pound of muscle a year after age 30. If you weight train, though, you can preserve muscle and keep your metabolism high to stay lean. I bet hardly a week goes by without hearing someone say that exercise got them through a nasty divorce, or the stress of job loss, or the depressing loss of a loved one. I hear it all the time. And it's not pie in the sky, it's real. Exercise reduces tension by desensitizing your body to stress. Regular workouts train the body to react less intensely to stress, leaving you better able to cope with anxiety-provoking events. It's much better than Valium.
Okay, we're going to work triceps. These guys, take your heaviest weight, come down on the floor, abdominal brace, that goes without saying. Bend your arms and just straighten for 2 and flex for 2. Now, if your weight is a little too heavy, bring your arms more toward your waist. If your weight is a little too light and you want to make it seem heavier, bring your elbows toward the top of your head. So you can modify that a bit. Got it?
Gotta keep those elbows high and still.
Because guys pump more blood with every heartbeat, because they have bigger hearts, they have more oxygen carrying capacity. And when you can't get as much oxygen to your tissues, you get tired faster. You just don't ever want to bet a guy that you can outrun him unless you're a darn good runner. Last one. And done. Okay.
Boy, those ones catch up on you, hey?
We're going to do rhomboids. I love these muscles because they make you stand up straight. And I don't care how nice your evening gown, if you've got hunched over shoulders and kyphosis up there, it's not worth the money. You're gonna lift up, up, down, down. And whether you have weights in your hands or not, it's still a good effort. You bring your shoulder blades together at the spine. Try and minimize the movement in your elbows. Try and keep your elbows as quiet as possible. All right, hang on. We got 4 more. Shoulder blades to the spine. Again, try real hard. It's not an easy muscle group to isolate. And we got last one. And done. Okay, we need to put some ankle weights on. We need to move to lower body hamstrings. So you know what happens with women's hearts, because they're smaller, they compensate by beating faster. We typically have higher resting heart rates, and the female heart probably isn't quite as efficient as the male heart. It sometimes is a lot more giving. Just a little joke.
That was a joke.
And that's not always true either. Truly, that's not always true either. Stand up here. What's this? That's right. We're not doing anything till we see that abdominal brace. Now you got both thighs vertical, both thighs vertical, both thighs vertical. Thank you, thank you. I'm a mother, I'm a nag, I admit it. Ready and lift. Up and up. And down and down. You know, size gives men a biomechanical advantage. Because they have longer limbs, they can cover more distance just with one footstep. But because women have a lower center of gravity, we're very good at balance, make very good divers, very good gymnasts. And women are so much more flexible than men because our tissue is more elastic. Men bulk up muscle, but it's not terribly flexible. That's because of their testosterone. I reckon this is 10
I think
and probably 1. Okay, take a little relax there. Abdominal brace. Here we go. She's up and down. Looks good. You know, when Dr. Wayne Westcott, who is a very fine researcher, strength training coach, puts men and women under a microscope, I mean, I'm talking puts their tissues under a microscope, he can't tell the difference. It's not, the difference is in size. It's not quality of muscle tissue. It's the size that's different. More muscle, more strength. Last 2. I'm doing 1 extra in case you didn't get the first one.
Oh, that's not fair.
And done. Okay. Now let's work inner and outer thigh. Leave your weights on. I'll just get you started on this. I like to hang off so that I get a bigger range of motion, but you may want to be flat on the floor. All I want you to do is lift your top leg with the knee towards me, your ankle toward the sky. Do both legs. We're going to come back and move on to inner thigh. Both legs, 10 reps at least. See you back. And up, and up, and down, and down.
Most heart attacks are due to a buildup of fatty deposits or plaque inside coronary arteries. And it's at these plaque deposits where blood clots are likely to stick and completely cut off the blood supply. The best way to avoid that scenario is eat low-fat food and exercise. For every 1% you lower your total blood cholesterol through better food choices, exercise, or cholesterol-lowering drugs, your risk of heart attack declines 2 to 3%. Adult humans can have up to 600 billion fat cells, and they're very elastic. If you burn up all the calories you eat in a day, your fat cells swell and shrink as fat is stored and then released for burning. If you eat more than you use, your cells enlarge to accommodate the excess. If your body fat content rises to about 30 kilograms, your body will manufacture new fat cells to absorb the extra. The trick to weight loss is burning up more calories than you eat.
Just to drive this point home, we're doing inside thigh here. So you're just lifting a straight leg. Everybody got a straight leg?
We're trying. What?
Jeanette likes to be on the floor. Dr. Wayne Westcott, the guy I was telling you about from Boston, says that pound for pound, muscle for muscle, men and women give equal response. So if you correct, I mean, of course, men can lift more. I mean, there's no question. But if you correct for the disparity in their size and even their age, they lift the same. Done. Switch off. Does this feel okay to your hip?
Oh, yes, but you know, it feels better if I'm up. Does it really matter?
What do you mean up? Oh, no.
Instead of laying down. I know the spine's not that straight, but...
That's fine. Oh, no, that doesn't matter. Hey, your inner thigh muscles don't know whether you're up or down. No,
that's right. Everybody's body likes to be in a different position.
That's right. And as long as you are not in a position that stresses another structure,
that's right,
you pick it. That's why we like to show you so many positions, so that surely out of one of these, you can find something that works for you. It's amazing how you do develop a favorite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, we got 2 more. It's up and up. You need heavier weights?
No.
Yeah, you will after 3 weeks or so. You might want to go up half a pound. Go to a garage sale. There's a lot of weights out there. That's one too many right there.
I think so.
Okay, we're going to work these quadriceps. And you've got a variety of choices. If you don't mind putting your head down, I like to do these. The concentric phase is right here as I almost straighten my leg. Now, I don't lock that knee. And this is the eccentric phase. Debbie is doing strides. And I think you've got a little weight at your hip.
Yeah, I do.
She's got about 5 pounds a hand
as soon as I can turn
on her hip. Here we go.
And Jeanette is doing squats.
The old-fashioned plie.
So, will you pick the one you like the best and stick with us here? Up and eccentric. Concentric, eccentric. Concentric, eccentric. Is that feeling hard? Woo.
It is, and I
Tell
think
me how many more.
time to
Last
change
one.
real soon.
And done. Take a rest, Deb.
Good job.
Whew. It's hard work.
You have to do
Okay.
twice as many as you guys. That's not
Hey, but you're only loading. You're bloating. You're loading both limbs at once.
I know. I just,
We'll buy you twice as much water tonight.
thanks.
This woman sweats. I'm telling you, she's got the best
Efficient cooling
heat relay.
system.
Yeah, I mean, she produces a little swimming pool on the days that we do aerobic activity. And she complains about it, and we keep reminding you, Jeanette,
It's a
that
good thing. Yeah,
it's a good thing. It means you're controlling your heat.
Yeah.
It's good heat regulation. Okay. Don't lock your knee. None of us are locking our knee in the extended position. We got none. Here's the concentric, the eccentric. Oh, one more. And it's up and up and down and down. Whoa! All right, we're just going to take a stretch during the break. This is going to be the easiest break we've ever given you. If you can just stretch your quadriceps, do both quadriceps. We're also going to stretch our hamstrings when you come back.
That's a nice stretch with the foot.
Ooh, that was tough.
The Quebec Family Study at Laval University has found that genetics do play a role in your body fat, but not a very strong influence. Only 25% of individual difference in body fat throughout the population is genetic. That means you can only blame your parents for a quarter of your fat. Genes strongly determine where fat is stored, but genes are not very influential in the amount of fat stored. Your physical activity or lack of it and your food choices determine your fatness. Have you heard about the new approach to abdominal training? In the past, we did exercises which challenged the abdominal muscles as prime movers. They make the movement. But the abs actually spend more of their time acting as trunk stabilizers. So now we're also doing work that challenges them to be better stabilizers. This may be the answer to that stubborn little pot belly that annoys even some fairly lean people.
Hamstrings on stretch. That feels good, doesn't it?
Well, it sure got chilly after that sun dipped
Yeah,
down
it dipped behind the
hotel.
mountain. Well, it goes down below the peak, too. And, boy, the difference in temperature, it is incredible.
I was so
I always
toasty
hate
warm.
to see it go. It's a good thing we're ending here. Try the other side. Arizona State University exercise physiologist Dr. Christine Wells tells us what we always kind of knew deep in our heart anyway, that the fat cells on your belly respond a lot quicker to exercise in terms of giving up their fat content than these fat cells on the hips, thighs, and buttocks.
Oh, boo-hoo.
Boo-hoo.
Yeah, the
It ain't
worst.
fair.
The worst, I know.
Let's do our biceps. We did our triceps a while ago. Since women have more fat cells on hips, thighs, and buttock, and men typically have more fat cells on the belly. Guys tend to get rid of that fat faster, and then they have the added advantage of having more muscle mass.
That's right.
Goodness knows we're working on it here. But, boy, it's the difference in a V6 and a V8 engine. I mean, the more muscle you've got, the more calories you burn, no matter what you're doing, in exercise, at rest, sleeping.
2 more.
Got it. Last time. Now be sure as time goes on, switch arms, and you get stronger, that you upgrade your weights. She's up and down and down. You want to keep a challenge in front of your muscles. You don't want this to get to be a piece of cake for them. This is a workout. You've got that elbow brace there, haven't you? And Deb, you've got yours braced and you've got
I do,
yours.
bet. Right into that knee.
Good work, guys. Finish this one up and we'll stretch these biceps. We'll stretch those triceps that worked so hard. Weight train every other day.
Exercise wear by Gilda Marks, the exercise wear with the breathables lining. It Figures is produced in association with the Life Network in the splendid grandeur of the Rocky Mountains at the Banff Springs Hotel. If you would like to buy an exercise video, a copy of this show, or one of our cookbooks, call 1-800-MORE-FIT. Viewers requiring an answer from It Figures should enclose $3 and a self-addressed stamped envelope.
If you're exercising indoors, you should know that exercise and warm temperature make special demands on your water supply. Cells function best at temperatures only slightly above or below 98.6 Fahrenheit. The hypothalamus deep in your brain is the heat-regulating center. It monitors signals from the internal organs, blood, skin, and extremities, and then compensates for temperature changes by causing your body to sweat in order to get rid of heat, or shiver to create heat. If you lose too much water through sweat, your blood pressure falls, decreasing oxygen delivery to your brain. The blood thickens and has trouble flowing into small little blood vessels. Sodium and vital electrolytes are depleted. And at this point, you might notice dizziness, fatigue, headaches, weakness, lack of concentration. If you go on to lose 2% of your water in your body, your urine will darken and your temperature will rise. Shall I go on? Well, how about I tell you the rest as we step. You know today's step day. You are ready.
I am high in the Rocky Mountains with my two favorite hunks, the bench boys.
The bench boys. We're back. Yeah. All right, let's do it.
Oh, dear.
It's going to be a great day,
I
Charlene.
dread to think it's going to be a long day. I want to get from you 4 single taps and 2 fast triple taps per leg. Okay, I count you now. Here's 4, 3, 2. Now real fast, we got 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, alternate. Here's 4, 3. Here they are. 1, 2, 3, switch. 1, 2, 3, switch. 4, 3. Here's the triple. 1, 2, 3, and
I can
1,
handle
2,
it.
3. But just as soon as you get comfortable, I'm going to change
I
it.
knew that was coming. Yeah.
Cut this in half. 2 singles, 1 triple, 1, 2, 3, 2 singles, a triple, 1, 2, 3, 2 singles. In a minute, I want to add on 4 marches. I'll tell you when, and I'll do it after the triple. Next time. Now march. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 2 singles. 1 triple, 1, 2, 3, march. 4. Next time we march up and down on the step. 2 singles, a triple, 1, 2, 3, march. 4, 3, 2, 2 singles, up and triple. 1, 2, 3, march, up and down. Again, 2 singles. 1, 2, 3, march, up. Last time. 2 singles, a triple. 1, 2, 3, march, up, and hold me some singles, right there. Okay, come toward me. Slip along your bench, and I need you to stretch out the side of your trunk. What am I? What am I?
Honey's favorite.
What am
Soaring
I?
through the mountains a little too much, Charlene.
I'm one of those migrating birds that go through these passes. Have you guys ever come to watch the eagles migrate through? It's called the Western Flyway. So much fun. Let your hands go. You can sit there with your binoculars and see tons of these fabulous, mighty birds flying back south. I'm going to count you down. 4, 3. Hold this last one right there. We're just going to pause a minute here. Put a little stretch on your hamstring muscle groups.
Good morning.
Oh. Hello. Are you tight?
A little bit, yeah.
How about gastroc in the back of that leg? Your lower leg, your foot is straight ahead. Don't turn it. Don't turn it. Keep it straight ahead and press your heel down. You guys should drink water, fluid this morning?
We sure did.
Alrighty. Because you know what happens if you don't have enough.
In fact, with all of this stuff that I've got on, I'm trying to hold the water in.
Let's hip flex. If you'll pelvic tilt, you put some stretch on your hip flexor. You know, I'm amazed that if you lose just 3%, and that's not much.
It sure doesn't sound like much.
Your muscle endurance decreases.
Decreases 3%.
This will make your workout feel tough. Try the other.
What about like 4% or 5%?
Well, it gets worse. At 4%, your urine production declines. And that you often see that in distance runners, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They basically don't have to pee once they start because their kidneys are not doing anything.
Not doing any of the work.
Heart rate increases. Sometimes at about 4%, people actually feel a little bit dizzy because their blood pressure is low or their blood volume is low. You know, if you lose enough fluid, 4%, your blood volume lowers, so your blood basically thickens up. It's just not worth it.
It's
and
scary.
water's cheap.
It sure is.
Okay, let's put this on the step. We call it basic. Looks like this. Now we're going to do 2 of those, or 8 counts, and then tap to change your lead. Here's 1, 2, and tap. Or count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's it. If you just keep that going, I'm going to move off on the second basic. Have a look-see. And join me when you can. I go back and off the side and tap. Back and off the side and tap. You got it?
Not too bad.
Okay, we may warm up and shed some gear here in a minute.
I'm going to take a big risk here. I'm going to say that this is a T-step.
If this is a T-step, I think that's a good bet.
I think so.
Adding on to the T-step, 2 side leg lifts right here. Up and down and touch. And up and down and go. 2 side leg lifts over here. And we go up and off the end, up and off the side. Your side leg lifts. That's it. Hup. All right, trivia question of the day.
Oh, here we go.
Hey guys, how do you tell if you're drinking enough water?
Yeah, look at your pee.
You look at your urine.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't want to do that sort of like in the middle of my day kind of thing.
I knew that this. I knew I was painting.
I got to see if I'm drinking too much water. I'm going to do
I knew I would paint myself into a corner on this. If your urine is dark yellow, it's too concentrated. You got to drink more water. If it's pale, you're doing fine. Okay, I want to change these side leg lifts. You guys take dancing lesson. Lonnie does ballroom, and now you're doing country western.
Country and western, yeah, that's my latest.
Okay. This is my Charleston. Up and back and tap.
No problem.
Up and back and tap. Next time. Here we go, troops. Up and back and tap. Yo! Good. Let's see your Charleston. Up, kick, back, tap. Up, kick, back, tap.
Is there a Charleston country and western? Well, there might be now. Well, you're parking
Best
around.
I can see is just a whole lot of twirling.
Oh, it's a little more than that, Charlene. It's a lot of fancy footwork, isn't it?
Oh, you need to take me one day, Lon.
Yeah, we'll do it.
I love to dance.
Yeah, I know you do.
Now, I'm going to change this bit the getting off the step bit. Do what you know. I'm going up. 2 lunges. I'm with you. Charleston twice. Go up, lunge twice off the back, alternating legs, of course. And 2 Charlestons. Yes. Hey.
That Charleston's fun, isn't it? You can just kind of let it go for a
Hands
second.
up if you love this location. I do. Oh man, is it beautiful out here
It
today.
is.
Okay. Next time, I want you to hold those lunges right here, right here. Now, if you could just hold them a sec, guys, I'm going to show you a crossover that I want you to do.
Okay.
4, 3, 2, 1. There you go.
I get it.
Can you do that with
Okay.
me? If I come back?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll count you to it. We got 4, 3, 2, 1. 3, 4, 5, 6. Go on, go on. 2, 2, 3, 5, 6. Now lunge right here. Right here. 4 more. 3. Here comes those crossovers. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Go on, go on. 2,
We're moving
2,
backwards?
3. Yeah, and now you're going to lunge backwards again.
All right.
4 more. Here's 4, 3. Off the side.
You really
1,
gotta watch.
2.
You gotta keep your eye on that step. You sure do. You know,
Sure, yeah.
there's not much room there.
And your feet are so big. They are.
Especially with your feet.
They're size 11s. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6.
Because my
Keep
toes
going.
hang over the end of the step.
Back up. Here are your lunges at the back. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, and here you go off the side. Keep going. Just keep going. That's it.
What are we doing now?
Give me 2 a leg. Give me 2 a leg. 2 and 2. 2 more. Time to travel. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6,
right.
7. It's 2, 2, 3. Lunge off the back. 8 times. Can you hold that pattern? I trust you.
3.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7.
The Nurses' Health Study found that in the first 2 years after quitting smoking, women gain an average of 5.3 pounds more than those women who continue to smoke. Of course, the overall benefits of quitting cigarettes far outweigh any risk in weight gain, but if fear of additional poundage enslaves you to tobacco, take heart in a Canadian study which shows that most women lose all or most of those extra pounds. Quit smoking and start exercising. A Brigham and Women's Hospital study shows even modest weight gain in the middle years can significantly increase the risk of coronary heart disease in women. Results found those who gained 11 to 17 pounds after age 18 had 25% greater risk of heart attack than those gaining 10 pounds or less. Those gaining 18 to 24 pounds increased their risk 65%, and the risk tripled for those who gained more than 40 pounds. A University of Southern California study found that highly active women who averaged 3.8 hours of exercise weekly since puberty were 60% less likely than inactive women to get breast cancer. Those who logged 1 to 3 hours of physical activity per week since puberty were 30% less likely to develop breast cancer compared to sedentary women. Though this is just one study, it suggests that regular exercise may have a tremendous payoff. Tufts University mounted a study of postmenopausal women aged 50 to 70. Researchers found that the women who weight trained 45 minutes twice a week for a year improved bone density in their legs and spine by 1%. Women not weight training lost 2.5% bone density. The weight trainers reduced body fat and increased muscle mass by 3 to 4 pounds. Remember, the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn even as you sleep.
We're waiting for you. Hang on. We'll call this 8. Here's 8, 7, 6. Now, 4, 3. Here we go, off the side. Eric, just wanted to compliment you on your new haircut.
Thank you very much.
Eric, tell us your philosophy
I have
of
a
hair
very
care.
simple rule. If it moves, I cut it.
What about that stuff on your face then?
Well, that's my too lazy to shave look. I'm still working on that.
I may join you in that philosophy one day.
Oh, wouldn't that be cute? Well, I can give you a good barber.
Okay, here we go. Now, when we get to the front, let's do something different. Let's do 4 on one leg. You got to think fast. Here's 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. 4, 3, 2, 1, and down.
You can feel that cardio.
Yeah.
Picks up.
You're warming up, I see.
I'm warming up.
I'm going to shed one more pretty soon. Here's 8, 7, 6, 4, 3. Here we go again. This time, let's do some squats. Are you game?
We're with you.
Okay, slow squats. Down, up, other side, 2 more.
Have you
All
seen?
right,
Have you seen the elk?
here we go. How can you not see the elk?
Everywhere.
The elk are like flies in Alaska.
And there's moose and stuff. Have you seen that?
8,
I haven't seen it.
7, I haven't seen
In
any
fact,
moose.
I'm going to go away. I'm going to come back in a minute. I got something here.
He's so
Oh no,
bad.
I'm dread to think. 8, 7, don't mind him. Don't.
See, I was away,
4,
but now I'm back.
3.
Did you moose me?
Oh no, no. No, we didn't moose
No,
you.
get it?
Not
This
one
is
little
like
bit. Lonnie,
That's where I got.
where did you get it?
See?
Oh, mercy, mercy.
Did you moose me?
tell you I
Heaven
was gonna do
spare
this,
us. Heaven spare us.
Yeah.
Hang
Thank
on.
God there's only one
4
of you.
more. Well, that's one hat I don't envy. Off you go.
I'm going on if you moose me.
We didn't moose you. I'm trying to tell you, we didn't moose you. Squat. And up. And squat.
I'm losing it here.
And squat.
You lost it.
You have lost it. You lost it big time, kid. Eric, there's one little thing that we've maybe not told you. The last one to take his coat off buys a round of massages in a Sola Spa. You got it? So the pressure's on. And Eric, I'm getting hot.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm going to be last then.
Squat. Squat.
I'm feeling just
2
great.
more. And go. Yes.
Woo.
Can you do this one more time?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Go off. Here's 8, 7. I'm stripping off.
You're doing it like right now.
3. And squat. Down. And down. Eric buys massages. Yes. Hey.
I don't think we told you that little
I was
story.
going to say, this is a new one by me, but
No,
Three.
what's up? You pay for the massage.
Okay, hold these lunges. Hold it. Now, I'm going to cue you to just march on the floor, if you will. And it's last 4, 3, 2, 1. March. I need you to march 2 and do a knee repeater of 2. Most repeaters are 3. This one's 2. Here we go. You're gonna march, march, knee up, march, march, knee, knee, march, march, knee. You put that on automatic pilot. And then look what happens to these marches. Do what you know. Knee, knee, Smart. Repeater. Repeater. Now, as you lift those legs, come up the step, and you're lifting them in straddle. Can you work on that? We'll be back to take it somewhere.
We'll take it somewhere, all right.
More fatal heart attacks occur between 6 a.m. and noon, not because of morning exercise, but because of morning. The blood platelets responsible for clotting are stickiest in the morning. Regular exercise at any time of day reduces the risk of heart attack. Thousands of North Americans die each year from inactivity, so don't be afraid to work out in the morning if that's the best time for you. The trick is to be regular with exercise. Time of day doesn't really matter. Your body loses 2 to 3 quarts of fluid daily just through perspiration, exhalation, and excretion. Now that fluid must be replaced or your major systems begin to break down. The rule of thumb is drink 8 8-ounce glasses of water daily, and that's just your minimum, because as temperature and exercise increase, you need still more. If you're not drinking enough water, your urine will be quite yellow. Clear urine signals good hydration. Canada, we're still eating too much fat. A gram of fat is 9 calories, compared with only 4 calories per gram for carbohydrate or protein. Though monounsaturated fats are more heart healthy than other fats, all fat is equally fattening, so the goal is to cut down on all fats. Excess dietary fat contributes to excess body fat, and that brings health problems in and of itself. Try to get your fat intake down to 20 to 30% of your total daily calories. If you're stuck on a fat loss plateau and are already doing some sort of vigorous exercise, try adding a walk after supper. Moderate exercise like walking doesn't compete with digestion right after a meal. It feels fine, and it aids digestion, and it reduces fat storage on your body. Fats entering the bloodstream from digestion can be used as fuel, so they don't get deposited in your fat cells.
Catch us up. Here's knee repeater 2. Step, lift, knee repeater 2. Now make that repeater curl repeaters. So it's still step, knee, curl, curl. Step, knee, curl, curl. Step, knee,
rock and roll.
knee. Counting you out. 4, 3, 2. Just give me reverse basic and stay here. Okay, we need some intensity. Instead of down, down, up, up, I'm going to cue you to down, down, up, knee. Here's 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down, down, up, knee. The other side. Now, step back, pull forward.
Uh-oh, now we're covering the same distance.
Why are we doing this,
We got some real estate happening here.
Intensity.
Yeah.
Speaking of real estate, would you folks at home ever guess that I've got beside me one of the best divorce lawyers, I guess I should say.
Not a marriage lawyer.
A divorce lawyer in Western Canada.
Eric, I didn't know you were practicing law now.
And on the other side, a computer whiz. I
knew you were into computers.
Eric has told me time and time again what he does, and I still don't understand it.
I think my boss is still asking bits and bytes.
Single, repeater, 3, 2, 1. Now watch that repeater from the side. Look at the distance you can get. 3, 2, 1, because you stick that leg way back there. Listen to her breathe.
Like a vacuum cleaner back here.
Hold on. You are hyper today, my friend.
A little too much breakfast.
All repeaters. 3 more repeaters. Last 2. Very last 1. And keep those legs moving. Get a heart rate. Ready,
that was great.
Set, count. I think we're definitely in target range. Keep your legs moving. That is so important. Stop.
All right.
Okay. Well, have a
You're
look
there.
at the chart. It's the chart recommended by the International Dance Exercise Association. I hope you'll find your age on the vertical. Go across the screen toward your right and see where you fell. The math is done. That's heartbeats per 10 seconds. You don't have to multiply anything. Were you somewhere between 60 and 85% intensity? Because that's where it's most effective in terms of increasing fitness. Okay, I want 2 basics and a tap right here, tap and change. There's 1 basic, another, and tap and change. After the next tap, stay on the floor, step touch, here's 4, 3, 2, back to basic, 2 basics. And we go step touch, 4, 3, 2, and 1. A basic, and tap, and 4. Can you keep that going? Well, start drinking water right now and bring it to stretch. We'll see you back. 4.
Cholesterol and saturated fat are not the same thing. Cholesterol is found only in animals. Plants can't make cholesterol because they don't have a liver. Eating high cholesterol foods is not a problem for most people. Your liver will just cut back on its production of cholesterol to compensate. But eating saturated fat is a problem. It stimulates your body to overproduce cholesterol. So a no cholesterol label on a food made with saturated palm oil is very misleading. You don't have to work up a sweat to get fit, but you do need to work up your heart rate. Aerobic exercise is any sustained physical activity that produces heavy breathing and high heart rate. And now I know what you're thinking, and the answer is yes. If you can keep it going for 15 to 20 minutes, it's got to qualify as aerobic. Regular aerobic exercise conditions your heart and keeps your body fat under control. It moderates your reaction to stress and increases your stamina. Such a deal.
If you just drop that heel off the back of your step, you get a really nice stretch on that gastrocnemius. Just don't lock those knees. You know what we try and do? We try and drink a glass or 2 of water an hour to half an hour before we work out. And then we have sips, you know, sometimes like you in the breaks. And we start drinking after we finish and just kind of keep the water around, you know, as we go for our shower and get dressed. And you can really replenish your fluids quite easily that way. Don't rely on thirst because, man, in exercise, your water needs double and triple, and your thirst may lag behind just a little bit. So I wouldn't rely on that as an indicator. Let's come here, hang your kneecap or your patella off the step, pelvic tilt, and you get a great quadricep stretch.
You know, some people even like to drink during the workout.
Yeah, and that's advised.
And they go pee during the workout.
Well, sure. I mean, sure.
Why not?
Every 10 minutes or so, have a few sips of water. There's not a problem. If you're a normal, healthy person, it's almost impossible to take too much water. You'll just get rid of it. Don't worry, it's not going to hurt your kidneys. Your kidneys need water to work. Feel that stretch up in there?
And you won't flush the nutrients out, right?
No, you won't. And fiber, it's not a problem. Fiber needs water to bind with, to exit your body. So drink. H2O, can't beat it. Catch you next time.
Exercise wear by Gilda Marks, the exercise wear with the breathables lining. It figures is produced in association with the Life Network in the splendid grandeur of the Rocky Mountains at the Banff Springs Hotel. If you would like to buy an exercise video, a copy of this show, or one of our cookbooks, call 1-800-MORE-FIT.
Viewers requiring an answer from It Figures should enclose $3 and a self-addressed stamped envelope.